Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wine and Wellness Wednesday. I'm Lindsay Brantley, the founder of Camellia Elise and the Camellia Elise Academy. And I am joining you guys today to discuss business in today's environment. And I'm super excited to be with each and every one of you. I have my glass of wine. I hope y'all do too. So I first wanted to start off by saying a couple things. One, I wanted to say thank you. I am so grateful for those of you guys who have been following the Academy pages. I made a really big announcement last week, and I announced that even though I was building this business over the past 5 years when it comes to education as well as the spa and my natural skincare products, I officially walked away from corporate America, and I am now 100% in this business. So that is an extremely new journey for me, and I'm super excited to be able to devote more time to my students, more time to the spa, as well as the Academy operations. And I want to thank you guys so much for the support as I've, started to transition into this environment. It's been amazing. I've had so many students, so many people calling, ready to, buy new things, learn new skills, and I'm super excited for that. Also, we have just been spotlighted on KHOU Houston. We were spotlighted for the Greater Houston Black Chamber. We were spotlighted through Houston Culture Map. So we've just had so many people lately rallying around this business and, referring us. And we're just so thankful. One thing I would say as a business owner, you guys should definitely know that when you have supporters, you want to be thankful, be humble, and they'll continue supporting you. And I'm so thankful that you guys are supporting us. Every Wednesday, I come onto the Academy page and we discuss business, marketing, any questions that you guys have when it comes to body sculpting and detoxing. Every week before I jump on this side of things, I am on the Camellia Elise page, and there on the Camellia Elise page, I kind of discuss with you guys self-care and skincare and kind of everything in between. So if you were on the Camellia Elise page, I talked about like mental wellness in today's environment. But on this side of things, I wanted to talk to you guys about business in today's environment, because as a Black business owner, a Black female, a mom of a Black son, I will say that the past few weeks have been very trying. It is not that this is something new. It's just that it's been more nationally recognized, right? And so with the peaceful protests, the riots, with the murder of George Floyd and so many others, I will say that there has definitely been a movement around Black business owners, more support coming from all sides and all walks of life, not just Black people, not just African American people, but from everyone. And for that, I am thankful. But I also wanted to talk to you guys about, if you're interested in getting into this business, I just kind of wanted to share a couple tips along, my journey, and then get questions from you. So, of course, if you have any questions in regards to getting in this business, being in this business, every Wednesday, I'm here to answer your questions. I will say that a lot of the calls that I've been getting lately, hey, welcome to Wine and Wellness Wednesday. A lot of the questions that I've been getting lately about being in the body sculpting industry, one is, okay, the country is in a recession, you have more people unemployed than ever. Is now a good time to get into this business? So that's one of the questions that I get from potential students all day long. And my answer is always going to be this: yes. Right now, clients are gaining weight and they're looking for ways to lose weight safely. We've been quarantined, you hear the quarantine 15, right? So now is definitely a time. I also tell my clients that the last major recession that we had was in 2008. That is when millionaires like Uber came out, when they were coming up with different ways to do things, innovative ways to do things. That's when those millionaire companies took off. your company is no different. We have clients right now that want to spend, they want to buy. I have potential clients calling every day from the Austin area, San Antonio area, and El Paso area, just to name a few in Texas, saying, hey, do you have a specialist out here that I can go to? Hey, is there someone that, I can call in my area? And right now I have very limited specialists in those areas. So, the questions are being asked. People want to get into spas like this. So why haven't you started? I posted my journey last week when I talked about the fact that never would I have thought that coming from an engineering, because I have a structural engineering background, never would I have thought coming from an engineering background that I would now be in the beauty industry. So I teach students all the time who have come from many different industries, accounting, nurses, engineers like myself. So the second question that I get that I'm going to answer for you is, if I don't have a beauty background, can I do this, and is now a good time to start? And once again, I'm going to answer that question by saying yes. It does not matter what your background is. If this is something that you're passionate about, if it's something you believe in, and it's something that you want to counsel other people in, then get started. Now is the time. I will say that it has been a good environment for small business owners. There's now more resources than ever when it comes to pitch competitions. Obviously, the banks giving PPP, there's startup funding through the SBA and through other companies. Now is a great time to get into business, and it's not as expensive and it's not as hard to get that startup funding as it would have been, let's say, a year ago. Now, with all that being said, yes, it is an environment that people are, worried, right, about their finances. So you as a potential business owner have to look at ways to be innovative in your marketing and innovative when you're working with your clients. One of the things that I teach my students every day, when you are starting off, look at some of the biggest companies in this industry. Hey guys, thanks for joining. Look at some of the biggest businesses in this industry, right? I'm going to say Massage Envy, Massage Heights. There tends to be a Massage Envy and a Massage Heights everywhere, right? But what's the first thing that you see? Massage for $49, right? Now, if you get a membership with them, then you can continue keeping massages at $49. But if you don't and you come back again, guess how much that massage is going to cost you? $80. So what's appealing about that? An introductory special, right? You need to know never to be the cheapest. I always tell my students, if you are certified, you are trained, you are licensed and doing things legally and correctly, you are not going to be the person that's going to charge $50 for laser lipo. And people are not going to want to go to that. I mean, I don't understand. I wouldn't pay $50 for any kind of liposuction. So why would you as a trained professional charge that? Why would you be at the bottom? If everyone in your area, if you're close to River Oaks and everyone in your area is paying $300, why would you be the $50 person? So it's extremely important to look at businesses around you. Your competitive analysis is important. What are businesses around you charging for your services, if they do your services, or something comparable? There may not be someone that does ultrasound liposuction, but there may be someone that does cryotherapy, or there may be someone that does something different where they're freezing the fat, or they're doing alternative things to help people lose weight. So what are they charging, and what would your comparable price be? So in this environment, I will say you do need to look and know what your competitors are charging. Thanks for joining us, guys. You need to know what your competitors are charging, but you never want to be the cheapest, okay? You don't want to be the Walmart of body sculpting. Okay, you may be able to give them a one-time introduction offer, but you don't want to always be the cheapest person. That's, a trained professional is not going to be the cheapest person. You're not going to come to me and get lipo for $50. It's just not going to happen. I've been doing this too long. My time is more valuable than that. So, but like I was telling you before, this is a recession. People are definitely, looking to save money. So introduction offers and definitely packages. I discuss packages in depth because if a client comes to you one time and they love it and they want to continue coming back, you're not going to have them pay full price every time they come, right? That's not what's going to build client loyalty. You definitely want them to see, hey, because you're coming to me 3 times, 6 times, or on a monthly basis, you're going to save 30, 40, 50% off of the regular price. You're not going to pay the regular price because you are loyal to me. You're a repeat client. So those kind of things go a long way when you're building your business. You don't, like I said, you don't want to turn a client off by saying, well, my price is $200. Every time you come in, it's going to be $200. Well, what's the point of me coming back the second time if it's going to be the same price? Whereas I can go to the girl over there, she's going to get me good results, and she's also going to honor me as a long-time client and say, hey, because you're doing 3 or more, you're going to get 20% off your package, right? So I just want you guys to kind of think about like innovation, think about your pricing. I also talk a lot with marketing about aligning yourself outside of social media with other businesses. Once you choose your target audience, you should be able to look at businesses that fit that audience and work with them. For instance, brides. I always say if you want to work with brides and that's your target audience, you need to be posting stuff that is relevant to brides, but you also need to work with a bridal shop, right? Someone else who is seeing your audience on a regular basis. So those are just a couple of tips that I want you guys to keep in mind. Another one is going to be, even though you're posting regularly on social media, like I was saying, you got to go outside of social media, but don't just post and think that that's going to be the end of your environment. Go into Facebook groups that are in your area, that have people who are trying to lose weight, that have people that are trying to try new services, right? There's other ways to market yourself in this industry. What kind of questions do you guys have for me when it comes to marketing in today's environment? As I was saying before, a lot of the landscape has changed when it comes to Black business owners, because you have a lot of people right now saying, hey, support Black businesses, and that's wonderful, and I appreciate that, and it is a great thing to see people rallying around small businesses and Black owned businesses, but you kind of have to figure out what your niche is and how to bring your clients in. And so that's something that I just wanted to kind of touch on with you guys. Also, like I was saying, on the @Camellia Elise page, before I do the Academy's Wine and Wellness, I do the skincare one. And I talk a lot about self-care as well as skincare and kind of everything in between. I talked about mental wellness on there, and I just kind of want to give you guys a tip as well. As a business owner right now, like I said, I just made the huge announcement that I am full-time in my business after having built it while also working in corporate America at the same time, and that brings on its own set of stress, right? In addition to that, you have things happening on the news. You have COVID. You have all of the emotions around Black businesses and around Black people and the injustices that are happening with the murder of George Floyd and so many others. And so I just want to tell you guys, as business owners, to take a few minutes to take care of yourself first before you take care of anybody else. And I did kind of touch on this, but for me, I have to take care of Lindsay every day so that I can walk into my studio and give people the best experience, the best service, the best education that I can give them. If I am tired, I paused for a second, but if I'm tired, if I'm emotional, how can I give you the best service, or how can I give you the best education? So I now start my day, I have established a schedule, and I now start my day off with meditating, a few minutes to be quiet and get myself ready for the day. Just like I tell you guys as a business owner, never walk into your business at the same time as your client. I walk in an hour before my first client every day. You never know what's going to happen. You may have a little fly that's on the wall. You may have some lights that you're like, crap, I need to turn these lights on. I need to turn my machines on. Give yourself a few minutes to prepare yourself for that client before the client comes in. And also, it doesn't look professional. Let me just say, I've been many places where I saw my instructor run in at the same time as me. I like to see that my instructor is at the front desk and greeting me by name. You know, it's all about professionalism. If you are going to be professionally certified and you're going to charge your client a professional cost for their services, then you need to be professional. You need to make sure that you are greeting them by name. You need to make sure that you are there ahead of time and that everything is ready for them. Your client shouldn't have to wait 20 minutes in the waiting room because your room isn't prepared. You forgot to clean up the night before. So if you just give yourself a little bit of time, either at the end of the night or at the beginning of the day, to make sure that everything's prepared, your client comes into a relaxing environment. And that's what they're expecting from you, okay? So those are just a couple things that I wanted to touch on with you guys. If you don't have any specific questions on business, I guess I will just tune in next week and answer any other questions that you guys have. Like I said, every week I'm going to be on talking about something that pertains to body sculpting, education, business, marketing, anything that I feel you guys need to help you to be successful, okay? And of course, I did want you guys to know that our spa is fully open. And I shared on my page, and I've shared it a couple times, if you guys are open right now, please make sure that you are keeping both yourself and your clients safe. All of our clients wear masks when they're here. We wear masks. We make them sanitize their hands, and we do temperature checks. I hope that you guys are doing the same because both you and them need to stay safe. And I know that I talked about this before, but the story of the 32-year-old barber who was doing mobile haircuts that got COVID and died always resonates with me because I don't want you guys to go out there, you're servicing your client, they look fine, you look fine, but you get sick and something happens or they get sick and now you're not around. You know what I mean? Like that amount of money for one service is not worth your health. So it is extremely important to be very careful, very mindful when you have clients come into your environment. I actually, just to give you this story, as part of our spa, if you are a licensed esthetician or if you are a certified body sculptist, we actually rent out our space. We rent our space out for you to come in for a daily rate, no contract. It's just a one-day fee so that you don't have to see clients at home. Well, we also rent out our space for small, intimate gatherings. Now, this was post-COVID. So post-COVID, we could get up to 30 people in our front room, up to 50 people in the back where our Pilates studio is. It's huge in case you guys have never seen it. But I had someone that reached out and wanted to do a party of 11. And yeah, it's great money to rent out my space, but I had to say no. I can't make sure that my environment stays clean and that you guys are socially distancing in June when the numbers have continued to spike if you have 11 people. So right now, the maximum amount of people that we allow in this space at a time is 5. And that is because there's a room in the front, there's a room in the back, there's a Pilates studio. So there's plenty of room for everyone to space out. Then we also have the lobby. We only have one person in the lobby at a time. So I just want you guys to think about, safety as well as marketing. Your marketing, if you're out there, you are putting yourself out on social media, you're aligning with partners outside of social media, and you have 8 clients a day, then you still need to space those clients out. It makes for a longer day, but you're making your money, so it doesn't really matter, right? And so I just want you guys to think about ways to be creative with your marketing, and also ways to keep yourself and your clients safe. Even with my students now with the academy, we only take up to 2 students for a hands-on training, and that means I have a 6-foot table on one side, and then I have another 6-foot table, so the whole time they're sitting, they're not right on top of each other. So it's just important for you guys to stay safe and make sure that your clients are staying safe as well. So you guys, thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions, like I said, feel free to DM me. I'm an open book, by the way. Before I end, let me just say this. I've had a lot of people that they did DM me and ask specific questions, and things that are reasonable, I will definitely answer for you. You know, now I'm not going to give you my full training manual over DM, right? So I'm not going to tell you, oh, this is how you do this. Well, that's where training comes in. But if you have like genuine questions that need to be answered, and you want to make sure that you're doing things safely and you're not hurting your clients, then yeah, I'm going to answer those questions for you. And I'm an open book. I had someone who was a potential student call today, and she said, thank you so much for being open and honest with me, because a lot of people just won't share this information, or they won't tell me that I need to be TDLR certified in the state of Texas, that I need to fill out this application. A lot of people will just say, oh, you don't need to do that, just come to class. That's not me. That will never be me. If you call me, I'm going to give you the honest answer, the honest truth, because I feel like that's what you deserve. If I was on the other side of the phone, I would want people to do the same thing for me. And I'm also not going to lie to you. So if you are in Chicago, if you're in Illinois, and you say, hey, I want to come take your class, I'm going to have to tell you that, you know, in the state of Illinois, you can't practice a class 2 laser without a doctor. Like, you just cannot do it. So I'm not going to be able to train you. You know, so I will be honest, and I will tell my clients and potential students as much as I can. I will help you out as much as I can, even if you're not my student. There are many people that online just ask questions about, hey, you know, in the state of Texas, can I do this, or can I do that, or should I be doing this? I don't mind answering that. I would much rather you ask me the question first than you do something wrong and endanger someone else, or endanger your own livelihood and get shut down before you even get started. So if you have any questions, just feel free to reach out to me. I will answer them. And like I said, when it comes to marketing, there are so many good resources out there, and so many ways for you to build up your clientele and make money. So continue to be innovative. And I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for tuning in. And like I said, keep the questions coming. And think of more things that you guys want me to talk about next week. Anything that you have, a topic you want me to cover, just put it in the DMs and we'll talk about it. Thanks. You guys have a blessed and wonderful evening, and I will see you next week.